Saying that is raising concerns from fans, and pretty much people is demanding answers from none other than WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. Let me pull up this picture right here, guys, because this one right here is crazy, bro. I mean, just crazy.
The WNBA really thought footage of Caitlin Clark literally being pushed to the ground by Ryan Howard would go unnoticed. Can you believe this? Clark tried to get up off the floor, and Howard wasn't having any of it. Howard was practically playing bodyguard to keep Clark down, while the refs stood there like they were watching a completely different sport. Yet somehow, according to the officials, this isn't a foul. And this isn't even the only footage from the game, folks.
Caitlin Clark gets pushed around, thrown to the floor during games, and teammates are standing there just looking, not doing anything. Sophie Cunningham will do something. While other players get a microphone put in front of them, doing their media interviews, while they regurgitate the same nonsense, the same word salad that Stephanie White lies says, Sophie Cunningham will say, no.
But here's the kicker. That wasn't even the only time it happened in that game. Not even close. Caitlin Clark was pushed, shoved, held back, and jostled so many times you'd think she was auditioning for a spot on an NFL offensive line. Sure, she finally got some fouls called in her favor. Maybe the refs realized the cameras were rolling after all. But for every whistle, there were 3 more blatant hacks, holds, and shoves that got ignored. It's become a pattern, and the league seems perfectly content to let it happen.
And this is the picture right here that has went viral. Yeah, this is the storybook of Caitlin Clark's season, bro. That's just all I can say. Look at this. Somebody said this shot from the Fever versus the Fever versus Dream game. Look at Caitlin's face as she passes the ball. She's literally on her knees. Somebody's hovering over her back. Somebody said it's 1 in 15 missed foul calls. This is ridiculous. And this right here shows you that the WNBA referees has a hidden agenda against Caitlin, bro. It's just simple as that.
Opposition teams absolutely love making contact with Caitlin Clark. They know exactly what they're doing. They figured out that the refs are too scared to call fouls when it comes to Clark. But why? Is it because she's the face of the league? Are they jealous of her bringing unprecedented attention to women's basketball?
So, the big way they were able to neutralize Caitlin Clark, and I think it was almost an issue with Stephanie White as much as anything, is they were manhandling her. They were manhandling Caitlin Clark early in that game. Like, they had 2 hands on her. They were fully getting into the we are grabbing her and we don't really care. Like, that was their goal. Their goal was they were out there to maul Caitlin Clark. They had they had absolutely no intention of doing anything other than mauling Caitlin Clark.
It's stupid, honestly. Players play rough on Caitlin, and the numbers don't lie about this targeting. She's been on the receiving end of 17% of all flagrant fouls in the WNBA. That's absolutely insane when you think about it. It means that 1 out of every 6 flagrant fouls committed in the entire league has been against this one player. Meanwhile, she's out there breaking records left and right.
Going into perspective dancing, bro. Like, this is not real. Like, this, well, it is real, but it shouldn't be real. Somebody said ref was just staring. And Kelsey Mitchell in the background was just standing there. I mean, just staring. Wow, bro. Somebody said these refs not serious at all.
The Chicago Sky were responsible for 80% of the flagrant fouls committed against Clark. For out of 5 times someone flagrantly fouled her, it was Chicago doing the dirty work. But here's what's really messed up. The refs kept letting it slide in real time, only upgrading these fouls to flagrant violations after the games were over.
Like, they were not out there to play legit defense. They were there to maul Caitlin Clark as much as they possibly could. And realistically, it worked. It worked. Like, it wasn't even like a lot of the stuff was a couple of off-ball fouls, but there were quite a few. There were quite a few situations where it was from behind. So you saw pictures like this. They literally had two hands on the back of Caitlin Clark's jersey. So if anytime Caitlin tried to move, it was two hands on her back. She couldn't move off the ball. She was being hacked off the ball, and the referees allowed contact with guards off the ball, which they shouldn't.
If you are enjoying, please subscribe. Let's talk about what Clark has been dealing with all season. She's been getting hammered out there. In her own words, players are getting away with things against her that they wouldn't dare try on other players. The physical play she's facing is beyond what most superstars have to deal with. The league has this twisted idea that being the face of women's basketball means you should take whatever punishment comes your way and smile about it. They want Clark to be their cash cow, but they're perfectly fine with her getting hammered on a nightly basis. I think everybody is physical with me. They get away with things that probably other people don't get away with, Clark said. And she's absolutely right. The double standard is so obvious, it's insulting to everyone's intelligence.
The Indiana Fever won by 17 points last night. 17. And this is how they played defense against Caitlin Clark all night. Jordan Canada, career game. Over 30 points. She had 6 made threes in the first half. She played defense like this on Caitlin Clark all night, despite the fact that Caitlin Clark played limited minutes. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, and helping lead her team to a 17-point win. This is how they played defense on her all night.
Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White finally had enough and called out the officiating as egregious. The disrespect for Clark and the team has been unbelievable. According to White, she's been watching her star player get pummeled while the refs act like they're watching a different sport entirely. Even veteran players, like Sophie Cunningham, have spoken out about the bias against Clark after getting ejected for defending her. Cunningham criticized the refs for their season-long pattern of failing to protect the league's biggest star. It's gotten so bad that Clark's own teammates are getting thrown out of games for standing up for her.